Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Tamaya. Welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. I really wanted to just make this video to reground the channel because I feel as though when I started YouTube like 3 years ago, it was really just a documentation of life and me expressing the real and rawness as I'm maturing and going through my life as a young woman. But when I moved to Turkey and then I had just this whole new adventure of life, including my partner, it turned into like a vlog channel. And it was unintentional, like just so much has been happening. And of course we're gonna record and document our lives. And so I'm sharing it with you guys, but I don't like that the channel seems to be this like, just this like place where it's just showcasing all of the fun stuff. I like to get deep into things, you know, and I like to share and express what's actually going on behind all of the glitz and glamour because that's just reality. And I like to connect with people through my real experiences because we're all really going through the same thing, just in different timelines and then different like lives. You understand what I'm saying? And so I just wanted to sit down and talk with you guys. This video is not planned out. I don't have any notes or anything. I just want to simply express what's on my heart. So I have a group chat on, well, like a community chat on Instagram, and it's called The Goddess Cove. If you guys want to join it, you can. I'm not as active on there as I want to be, but I will. I shared this quote that I just came up with, and it says, "Tears that you cry in your dark moments are also watering the new version of you soon to be blossomed." And that thought came to me when I was just reflecting my past and then also really taking note of the woman that I've become today, because I remember being in the darkest pit of my life, and even in the darkest moments that I've had, I always had an inner knowing that it would all make sense one day, and I would clutch onto that like so hard. Like even in the dark pits, I just knew I had some faith in myself, knowing that it would all make sense in the end, no matter what. And I know for a fact that I'm living in the manifestation of that belief. So hopefully that quote resonated with you in some form or fashion, regardless of if you're in a dark space or not. But you can look at the tears as hard work, or you can look at the tears as really a dark place in your life, whether you're depressed or in some form or fashion. But when you are in the dark pits, if you fully accept it and fully embrace just where you are in the present time, then I feel like being present and just being in that acceptance open doors for you to, first of all, get out of it. And it gives you a sense of like peace, because if you just accept where you are and you don't feel like you can go no lower, then obviously the only way is up, you know? And if the only way is up, then there is hope. And if you can see that hope, then you will unconsciously manifest a better reality for yourself if you hold on and believe it. Now, I want to go into belief, because your beliefs are honestly what shape your entire reality, your entire life. Now, I don't really know what you guys' beliefs are as far as whatever, but I just want to share my own philosophy, how I am rooted in it, and how it's created this life for me. But anyway, I feel as though when I was in my dark moments, because I had the belief of me making it out one day, me gaining the wisdom from my hard lessons and experiences, it all came and it manifested and it showed up in my life because I had that belief that it would. Now, the opposite is someone who is in a dark pit of their lives, but they don't want to see another way out. Like they want to sit in the darkness and they want to just accept things for what they are because, oh, this is just how it's going to be. No, I feel that that is a huge mistake, because when you're in the darkness, it's an opportunity for you to hone your power and to also discover it. So what's so funny is I discovered peace, real true peace, and self-love in my darkest moments. I feel like if you're living a super happy, fulfilled life, everything is fine, you don't have any struggle, trauma, or worry, there's not really a lot of self-development, wisdom, or anything that can really grow from that, because everything is just always okay. I feel like when you're in your darkest pits of life is where you have the biggest opportunity to, for one, discover yourself, your true self, outside of the darkness. You have an opportunity to grow and develop true self-love, because you're in a place where you have like nothing, you know? So imagine growing love for yourself in the pits of nothingness, and then in the future when you have more than you had in the past, or when you have everything, that love just continues to flourish because of that foundation that you created when you had nothing. Anyway, you have so much opportunity to discover your power, to discover like real faith in your life, in your journey, in yourself. And so that quote that I created really, I feel like will stick with me forever, because no matter how far we get in life, in any aspect, there's always going to be like a downfall, like, you know, like a down pit, because life moves like this, you know? It doesn't just move like this and doesn't just move like this. Like, it moves in waves. And so when you hit that like low peak, I always look at that low peak as an opportunity of discovery, as an opportunity for like, you know, just, it's a powerful place. And hopefully what I'm saying is resonating with you guys, because no matter what age, no matter where you are in your life, self-discovery is going to come from pain. Self-discovery is going to come from, like, discovering your power is going to come from misfortune, like all of the things that make you feel uncomfortable. You know what I mean? Challenging yourself. It doesn't have to be some big traumatic thing for you to discover power and your magic and stuff like that, but just things that make you feel uncomfortable, that take you off of that wave of just like contentment. Use that. And that's what I did in my lowest pits, to find happiness even when there was really not really much to be happy about. You know what I mean? And so I truly believe that because of the way that I believed in myself and the way that I believed in my life journey is part of the reason why I am where I am today. Because me feeling happy, me feeling free, me feeling taken care of spiritually, physically, mentally, all the things, even in the rut, that is how you feel. That's how I would imagine that I would feel when I had everything figured out, you know? So with me already feeling the emotions of freedom, with me already feeling the emotions of peace and bliss when I was in the most depressed state, I feel like it helped me manifest this life faster, where I'm living a life of peace naturally, where I don't have to create it. It's just there. I'm living in a safe environment because I created a safe environment in my internal world first, and then it just showed up in my physical reality. You understand what I mean? I feel like, going back to what I said about your belief system and how your belief system shifts your entire life and creates your reality, if you are able to, let me tell you something. Y'all know how they say it's a light at the end of the tunnel? I thought about that phrase when I was in the darkness, when I was in the tunnel, and I was like, well, instead of thinking about the light at the end of the tunnel, why not just create and be the light in the tunnel to help me guide myself out of the tunnel a little bit faster? You know what I mean? Because if you're in the darkness and you see the light, you're like chasing it. And whatever you chase is running away from you. So if this is the light and this is you in the darkness, you're chasing the light out of the tunnel. It's just moving. You know what I mean? So instead of being the person that's chasing and trying to find the light at the end of the tunnel, I just decided, like, okay, forget that. I don't know when I'm gonna find that light. I just have to be it. And I don't know if this is going over y'all head, but this is just me trying to explain it the best way that I can. You have to be able to create light in darkness. And excuse me if I'm raising my voice, but I just remember the times where I was at my lowest and I was like, enough of this, you know? It takes you creating that light, because if you can create light in darkness, you will always have happiness. You will always have bliss, peace, all of the beautiful emotions and feelings, you know? I don't know. I feel like I got like way too into that, but that's what I had to say. And I can continue to emphasize about creating your own light and trusting and believing in your journey, but I think you guys kind of got the picture. Let's move on. Let me breathe for a second. So I had posted a short on YouTube and also on Instagram. I don't know if you guys follow me on Instagram, but you definitely should, because when I go MIA on YouTube, I definitely be over there. I'll link it and I'll put it on the screen. But I talked about my struggles and complications as a Black woman living over here in the Middle East, and how the beauty standards here from the companies are not catered to melanated women. And that's just the reality of it. Of course, I'm not coming over here expecting to be catered to. I was just simply expressing my struggles. And a lot of you guys gave me some solutions as to what I can do for my natural hair when it comes to making my own natural products and just all of these things. And I wanted to extend deep gratitude to the solutions and the love and care that you guys provided for me, because when it comes to being vulnerable on the internet, I feel like it's such a up in the air thing, because you never know what you're gonna get. And what I get from you guys every time when I'm vulnerable is love, and I just have to like recognize and give thanks to that. So thank you so much. I have been incorporating some of the tips that you guys gave me when it comes to my natural hair, and I will share that with you guys as the days go on. But anyway, because it's January, I want to talk about new habits, goals, and things like that, because of course at the beginning of the year we all have an intention to become a better version of ourselves, etc., etc. I want to share my philosophy with that. I don't believe in just the action or the journey of just new year, new me. I always subscribe to the idea of new day, new me, new day, new life. New day, new opportunity to become a new version of me, a better version of me. And so to emphasize on that, I wake up every single day anew. I don't live in reference to who I was yesterday. I wake up today and I act on whatever I want to do for the day and just live presently. And I feel like that living presently and making that a practice has brought me so much peace in my life, especially when it comes to me embodying this new version of myself as a wife, as a young woman of the house, as a woman that's discovering and reparenting herself. Living in the present moment grants you so much grace, and it allows you an opportunity to learn so much patience and grant and gift yourself so much love and compassion. Because when you live in the present, you're not thinking about the habits and the bad habits or ways that you used to be a day ago, a week ago, a year ago. You're living with a fresh slate every single day. And I feel like me giving myself a clean slate every single day has granted me so much ease. Like, I'm able to just wake up and be whoever it is I want to be that day. There's no title, there's no rules. Like, I'm just living free, you know? And hopefully that resonates with you guys if you're wanting to reinvent yourself for the new year. Instead of trying to create a plan or a vision board or something for yourself to like, okay, this is me now. Like, I'm going to stick to this. This is who I am. Like, instead of like putting all of these heavy expectations on yourself at the beginning of the year, just wake up anew every single day and live with action as the person that you want to be, and without the expectation of perfection either. You know what I mean? So To add on to that, I need to breathe. Sometimes, you guys, I get super passionate about the things that I'm talking about because of, I just get so passionate about things that I just have to breathe sometimes. I'm currently reading the book Atomic Habits, and with this time that I have in this chapter of my life right now, I have the time to really reinvent myself just as you would like on a new year. But how I go about reinventing myself or creating a new identity for myself, a better way to say it, is I compound on the things that I want to do. Instead of being like, okay, new year, I'm eating cleaner, I'm going to the gym, I'm working, like just doing all these things at once, I compound things. And so I'm going to share with you how I've been doing it and how this book has really helped me do that. For example, I want to eat cleaner. I want to work out. I want to reach a certain level with my Turkish. I want to do a lot of things, okay? But what I'll do is, for example, for the first week, let's just say we're living in 1 month. For the first week, for the whole week, I'll drink half a gallon of water and make sure I work out. I'm not thinking about doing anything else except for those two things every single day. And only when I do those two things every single day is when I can move on and add the next thing into my routine. I feel like burnout comes from when you are packing in so many new things into your life that you've never done consistently before. It just burns you out. Like I just don't feel like it's physically possible to keep your peace and add like 5 new things into your life at once. So I'll let myself do like 1 or 2 things for a week straight, show myself, improve myself that I can be consistent, and then I add something else. And then once I'm consistent with those 3 things, then I'll add something else. You understand what I mean? And you don't have to put a time limit on it, like a week or 5 days. You can just go at your own pace. And so I wanted to say that within these past like few months, actually, I have been working on creating a new identity for myself, envisioning the highest version of myself and then showing up as her inch by inch, 1% at a time. And that is the perfect way, the perfect formula for how I've been able to transform. And so hopefully that helps you. If you're new year, new me, and you want to do some new things, just take it 1 step at a time. You know, it's so funny, me sitting down making these talking videos, because I used to do this like a year ago, you know? And it feels so good because that was a part of me that made me feel amazing. I'm expressing myself, and then I'm opening up the door for people with like minds to connect with me, because things like this are what I want to talk about. Like, of course, like when I'm sharing like amazing things that are happening, like you guys witnessed my engagement or like me traveling or whatever, and like we're bonding about similar interests when it comes to like just exciting things. I honestly really like to connect when it comes to things that have to do with our well-being, physically and spiritually. I feel like that hits home more for me. It touches my heart more when I can connect with people who may be going through the same emotions and things as me, and we can share different perspectives and outlooks to where we can just go through a better life because of those conversations. You know what I mean? So yeah, this is really nice for me. Lastly, I want to say that I feel like social media, like this digital world that we're living in, it's just become like everything is like a production, you know, like the aesthetics, oh, I'm doing this, oh, I'm doing that. Like, I love it all, don't get me wrong. Like, I love editing, I love the aesthetics, I love all of it. Like, I love a good time, I love that stuff. But we have to sit down for a little bit over here on my channel, at least. Like, we're gonna have to sit down and talk. Like, as I'm doing my housework and as I'm just going through my day, I want to talk about stuff, you know? I feel I now feel more grounded and comfortable to do so and share myself and share my philosophy with you guys because, well, for one, I feel safe within myself. And then also you guys make me feel comfortable enough to share what it is that's on my mind, because even throughout this channel, with things that you guys don't agree with, like anything that I'm saying, if you don't agree with, I've gotten to a point where that's fine. Like, I don't expect everyone to agree with me or to run with what I say. I love hearing the opposing perspectives as well as the like-minded ones. I just love conversation, and I love witnessing how different the human mind can work in so many different ways. So I would love to hear you guys' thoughts on anything that I said within this video. If it resonated with you, if you have something else that you want to add, please definitely comment down below and let's have a conversation. So I'm going to end my little chit chat here. If I am a little ghost on here, it's probably because I'm on Instagram or TikTok, which I will link down below. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video, whatever that will be. Bye.